Afternoon, I'm Whit Johnson in New York. We're coming back on the air because the judge has just sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 4 years in prison. He was found guilty over the summer on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution in connection with his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura and another woman, but was acquitted on more serious charges that could have sent him to prison for life. Let's get right to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, who's been following this trial from the beginning. He joins us from outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. So, Aaron, we just got the verdict right there. We know that Combs himself spoke to the judge. The judge responded. Lay out the sentencing here and what went down in the courtroom today.
She said he has to stay.
This was a very long sentencing hearing, which Sean Combs himself, once larger than life, was left begging for mercy, standing at the defense table, telling the judge that he's a changed man, apologizing for his behavior. But that request for a lenient sentence of time served was rejected by the judge, Arun Subramanian, who said it was insufficient to send the kind of message that he wanted to send, that violence against women must be met with real accountability.
And that is the reason why he got sentenced, because of the Cassie Ventura video, which was, despicable to say the least. But he was never held accountable for it. Now, I get it. He wasn't on trial for domestic violence, which would have been a slam dunk case against him if he was. He was on trial for RICO, the Mann Act, right here, racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, a couple counts of that, 2 cases of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, you may not agree with it or not, but the jury did see Cassie and 50 Cent's baby mom as willing, consensual prostitutes. Now, the judge saw them also as victims and not prostitutes because of the violence they endured under Puff Daddy. Now, do I think this sentence is fair? Yes, I think it's fair. I mean, here's the thing about the law, right? You have what he was convicted for, which most people convicted of the Mann Act only serve about 14 months. But what he beat the racketeering, the sex trafficking and all that, which, involves force and coercion. But what his team did was they admitted that Puff Daddy was a violent person. So despite him beating the force and coercion fraud charges that come with sex trafficking, how can you as a judge justify releasing someone who is self-admittedly a violent person? I get it. He's changed after 14 months. And, who would go up there and say, no, judge, I need more time?
Sufficient to send the kind of message that he wanted to send, that violence against women must be met with real accountability. And so he sentenced Sean Combs to 4 years in prison. That's not as much as federal prosecutors here wanted. They wanted 11 years in prison, reminding the judge that Sean Combs has a penchant for violence and abuse, pointing to 2016 hotel security video showing Combs attacking Cassie Ventura. Combs says he knows that video intimately. He apologized to Cassie Ventura. The judge said 11 years was unreasonable, but 4 years is just the right amount, the judge said, to send a message to Sean Combs, to victims of domestic violence, that their accounts will be taken seriously.
Now, here's the thing, man. This video is despicable. But once it came out, he was cooked either way. Now, lucky he didn't get caught for the racketeering. But this is the video that got him sentenced. Sure, the sex may have been consensual when she was doing the freak offs, however you believe, or so the jury believes. But there's nothing consensual about this. There's no mutual combat right here. This was not like, this was 100% her trying to get out and him reining her back in.
And we just heard Aaron lay out right there that the defense was hoping for 14 months in credit for time served. The prosecution wanted 11 years. So this is somewhere in the middle. Is this verdict what you expected?
It actually was not what I expected, and this is why I say that. The probation report said anywhere from 70 to 87 months, much higher than the 50 months that the judge gave. And understand, and I'll try to break down the math as best as I can, the judge understands the math of how this all works. With 50 months in the federal system, you only do 85% of that. So you take away about 8 months or so, that's 42 months. And don't forget that Sean Combs has already been sitting in MDC, the jail here in Brooklyn, New York, for 13 months. So you subtract 13 months even from that, you're looking at something like 2 years, maybe 3 years at the end of the day. The judge knew that and still gave this sentence. I think if you're Sean Combs and his defense team, a hard day, but overall a win for them.
This is a W for his defense team. Remember, he was facing life and a RICO. If he would have got convicted for the RICO, they would have took everything from him. All of his property, everything he acquired, but he didn't. End up getting 4 years. And 50 Cent shared his letter to the judge. You know 50 Cent and Diddy has something. And shout out to Eric Pershall, says, Lobbers is goofy. He is. He said, Dear Judge, I have had an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. He is very dangerous. Multiple times I have feared for my life. I think you should consider the safety of the general public, Your Honor, before unleashing him upon them. There hasn't been enough time for him to reform or make any adjustments despite his trying to teach a class in there. As you already aware, the government has spent maximum amount of money on deploying federal agencies, which appear to be an army, in 2 locations simultaneously. Later, his son, who was dealing with his own grape allegations, claimed that the feds had hit the wrong house. Anyway, Diddy's only going to return to hiring more male sex workers and keeping most of the baby oil away from the general public, and babies need it. My Netflix doc on this scandalous subject is coming soon. I mean, 50 Cent is the ultimate troll. The ultimate troll. Aubrey O'Day completely happy with the outcome. The internet has some jokes and, some, whatever you want to take it. Diddy has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. The judge said his history of abuse, drugs, freak-offs outweighed his good works and can't erase what's been done. All right. His lawyer. This is the lawyer. I mean, whatever you want to say, man, this is a W for him. Brian Steele was in there crying, says, he's been with Sean more than my own family since I met him. I mean, I'm sure Sean was paying him so much money his family can understand. He has taken responsibility. I've been there with Sean. Has prayed for the healing for anyone he has hurt. They said this was Brian Steele looking to see if his speech was working on the judge. Judge Sumerian says Diddy 50 months in jail. I mean, yeah, he only have to do 85%, so he'll be home around 2027 if Trump don't get that pardon. They said this was his lawyers doing this, had to pull off to convince the judge into giving Diddy the shortest sentence for one of the worst crimes. The courtroom sketches of Diddy crying as he addressed the court. They want to make an example of me. I want you to think about making an example of what a person can do if they get another chance. Consider the beautiful children who spoke for me. Judge was like, fuck them kids, cuz. Fuck them kids. Diddy, before being released, had already booked public appearances and speaking engagements for next week in Miami under the assumption he would be going home today. This was the dumbest shit his legal team could have ever done, was book him for a speaking engagement. Unless, there we go, unless Trump is about to sign the pardon tomorrow. That would be historical. But I don't think Trump wants that smoke. I don't think he wants that backlash, man.
IMTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! Yes!
What you say, free Diddy?
Yeah, free Diddy.
He got 4 years.
4 years, man.
That wasn't enough.
He said, hey, that wasn't enough.
Okay. That's not cool.
That's not cool.
Diddy is my friend.
Really?
I don't know, man, but like, dog, I'm gonna be honest, man. Friend or not, after seeing the tape of what he did to Cassie, I don't know if I'm still rocking with Diddy like that, man. I don't know. It's like you got that bad juju on you, man. Like, nah, I can't be really rocking with him like that. I get it, right? I'm a fake friend and shit. Go and get tough. I'm gonna get my ass going. But I don't know, man.
I didn't know that. If you could choose how much time you get, how would you say?
I would tell him he should be time served.
No time?
He already did time. He been in there. This nigga's been in there doing time for goddamn a year since September, bro. That ain't it. Like,
Oh,
for
shit.
some bullshit.
Man.
For some bullshit. I mean, I get it. I see why Ray J says bullshit because Diddy was definitely paying him. And although they may have not been trafficked, he was violent. And that's what he got sentenced for, his violence.
Oh my gosh. How your shit straight though? Your shit straight though.
Now, you know, I bet he wish he never would have settled with Cassie though.
I mean, I'm straight.
Yeah.
You straight?
I'm straight. Hell yeah.
I can't tell.
Took that 30 million
So how many rounds?
and then testified against his ass. Yeah, it's an evil world, man. Like,
It's an evil world we live in.
We about to leave, man.
You better call Trey and said, Trey, that fish in the pond. He said, lock 'em up.
Oh, man.
Lock 'em up.
and here's what the judge said right now. The judge, the judge didn't even agree with the jury. When they found him innocent, he was like pissed off and shit. But you know, the judge spoke. The jury spoke. Okay. With credit for time served, Combs has 36 months left to serve. He was also fined $500,000 and sent to 5 years supervised release. Damn. 5 years probation when he get out. He got that Austin St. John treatment. Well, Austin didn't go to jail. While acknowledging the music mogul has an impressive record of being a celebrated and iconic artist, he stated Holmes' history of rampant sexual and physical violence warranted a substantial sentence. And that's what he was sentenced for, dog, being violent. He rejected the defense attempt to characterize Combs' freak-offs choreographed sex parties as merely intimate consensual experiences or just sex, drugs, and rock and roll story. He added that given the prevalence of sexual violence in society, a substantial system must be given to send a message to abusers and victims that abuse against women with real accountability. Here's the thing, man. I have no idea why men do some of the things they do. You couldn't pay me to hit a woman. I don't think I could. Unless she like hit me, like it would have to be like to cause damage. And it would just be like a reaction. I don't think I could just be like, come here. I mean, I could do it sexually, but it's normally like, maybe like, it's a conversation beforehand. Like, hey, I like to be, grabbed by the throat and just spit in my mouth and all this other stuff. And I'd be like, all right, okay, gotcha. Anyway, the judge also said he wanted to address Cassandra Ventura and Combs' ex-girlfriend who testified against the pseudonym Jane as well. Now, this is where he really messed up because he ended up beating Jane after Cassie's tape came out. That was the crazy thing. To me, Ms. Ventura and other brave survivors that came forward, I want to say firsthand, we heard you. I know your families are proud of you and your children when they get old enough will be proud of you. And I'm proud of you for coming to the court to tell the world what really happened. I know you feel like you are in the dark place now, but these crimes were serious ones and your violence, coercion, and abuse have devastating consequences on the woman involved. Hold on. Which is true. Oh my God. Hold on. All right. People were distracting me. He told Combs that based on many letters and supporters submitted to the court ahead of sentencing, he has a universe of people who love him. You and your family are going to get through this, said. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. The judge advised Combs to allow his family and supporters to uplift him. We all have voices, Samarin said. You have a megaphone. Combs was looking downward and had his hands folded or clasped in his lap as the judge issued the sentence. It was something about the, like, he said, like, after the stuff happened with Cassie, you went and beat that girl. You beat Jane. I ain't with it. I ain't letting your ass out. You violent. And you need to be in jail. And, I mean, I agree with the sentence. It is what it is. They would only release Diddy just to off him like Diddy. Oh, my goodness. And Robert Maxwell, especially if they have blackmail in the music industry, Hollywood and every politician left, right, because they in. Now, I don't know. Do y'all think Diddy is going to get a Trump pardon? I don't know. I don't think he's going to get a Trump pardon. I don't think he's going to get the pardon. I don't think. Yeah. You said no, Laura? I doubt it. Yeah. I think he cooked. I mean, you know, you also have to take in the fact that the judge, you got Diddy talking about how remorseful he is as he asks for to be acquitted, as he asks for a new case multiple times. That doesn't communicate remorseful. So let me know what you think in the comments section. See you in the next video. Peace.